Hey guys, welcome back. I'm going to do something I haven't done yet on my channel and watch one of my own recorded games. So I played this arena game as the Teutons versus the Poles uh, and thought it was kind of interesting and wanted to see what I needed to do differently or what my opponent did. So uh, decided to rewatch through it here to go through. So I got pulled, was just in the ranked queue and not trying to play arena, and then did and picked the Teutons for that farm bonus. So when I hit Castle Age and dropped two extra TCs, it's a lot easier to get more farms down because the farms are what 40% price reduced or something like that. So we'll see how that goes for me. I'm going to speed up through Dark Age here. I'm also interested in how well I do with my TC idle time here. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on that personally. I was going to say my opponent was doing perfect, but appeared to get idled here for a bit. That'll give me a one villager lead if I stay on top of mine. Looks like he's clearing out room in the back of his base. Yeah, I'd be looking at a TC spot around there for later. Um, so should be a good spot for him. I came in here and with these two resources right next to each other, then you see me failing on this deer push because I was bringing in a boar. Ended up getting it, but excuse me. But anyway, when I spawn in arena, I'm always thinking about where I'm going to place my TCs in Castle Age. Did I get two? No, I didn't get two pushed in here. Got that one pretty close, and then that one's still over there. But I'm always thinking about that, and when I see two resources like this right next to each other, I like that. So I think I put a TC here, and then the other one I put in was right here, which is close to the gold too, but up against the wood line as well, so I can get more vills on wood to get those farms down. Did see a bit of a bump in TC idle time, but not terrible. I should be at the point here once these guys drop off that my food. Okay, yeah, I'm already at a good spot food wise that I should not be having any more. Um, I should be on top of that and making sure vills are queued. Right as I do that, I'm about to. Yep, one, two. Okay, got to close in. I should be queuing up a few more villagers now, knowing exactly what I want to go to. I'm gonna, trying to get to 25, 25 vills and then up. So yeah, I should have just put one more in there, but no big deal. That'll be a decent feudal time. Have a good point over here. We got two full. Oh, you built extra full work over by the deer instead of pushing them, which kind of works out for them. He could have avoided some house. Well, one extra house with that. Too, and then it's already ready for him to put farms down. So, excuse me. You'll notice here something going on with the blue player, Quintini Martini, um, going onto stone here. Might tell you something about something going forward. Do you like the poles in arena too? Because you can safely put all your farms around your full works and be comfortable about it. But I'm pretty happy with this feudal age. Only 15 seconds idle for me. That's pretty darn good. But I'm gonna make it to feudal way faster than him. But he went up 3 later to get 3 onto stone, 5 onto stone. He put quite a few on stone. Didn't put any on gold. Oh, because the poles gather. God, duh. Didn't think about that. Oh, snap. But the poles gather gold from the stone miners too. But I end up getting the castle age going here, and I'm gonna slow it down. No, I don't think I necessarily need to. Oh, I'll slow it down as I'm talking. I end up going up to castle age here with 17 seconds of idle time, which is a little more than half a villager. So I'm pretty happy about that. He's going to be, so I'll have the Vill lead once we're both up in castle age, and be up on my 3 TCs sooner. So what did we get here? Oh, he's not rushing down his buildings. Interested in this. Okay, I'm gonna go back to fast forward, but oh, there he goes. Blacksmith stable, but just one Vill doing that. and getting eco upgrades. So he's pretty good. He's pretty delayed to Castle Age. I don't think I remember this as much, but I'm going to be in Castle Age before he clicks. Here comes this, and he's should be able to click here. Click. Does he? Click. There it goes. Okay, so I've got a minute. Ugh. Excuse me. Something in my mouth. I've got. Oh, here's where I went with the TC. Okay, but snuck it right in there to that wood line. I think I was thinking about that one, but had the vills right there anyway, so did that. But I'll have these three TCs running for a while, and 1 minute less idle time. I'm going to end up with quite a bit here in Castle Age as it starts racking up with these TCs. I didn't do a good job getting farms going. I think I was trying... No, yeah. See, I should have been putting farms down right now. Oh, I used it for a monastery. Okay. So I kind of sacrificed that. Maybe I should have waited on the monastery to get the farms going sooner, because you're going to see this jumping up. Because I'm not consistently having 3 vills queued, or one in each TC going here. And so, yeah, this will be jumping up, but it's 3 TCs, so it's good. He, on the other hand, Martini is going to be in a good spot food-wise with these full works. Man, I'm a little jealous of that, honestly. But I'm going to be getting some monks out. I wanted to grab some relics. Didn't see anything from him. I think I just had my auto scout going around. Was not doing a good job controlling him. But, yeah, man, I need to be getting these farms down right now. What am I doing? Okay, I'm dropping some, but go for a market because I still had all these on gold, which I'm not utilizing that gold very much right now, except to make monks. So probably could have pulled some more off of that, but I've been trying to create farms with these villagers, as I don't really need stone or gold at the moment, which you will soon see changing. So maybe farms in the back would have been a little safer, but he's moving forward with quite a lot of stone, but also still 1 TC. Castle Age, 1 TC, and he's going to go for a push. So you see him making knights. He's getting +2 armor on them. I've got the little pumpkin head mod going. Oh, where's one facing forward? Oh, I want to see one facing forward. But anyway, so I scout this. I think I see it with this. Alt F. Yeah. So I saw a peak of this at that point and immediately start making knights. So I was trying to just get the farms rolling. I don't even have a wheelbarrow yet. He doesn't either. So, but that switched into me like, okay, I'm gonna need knights. I'm gonna need some protection. As this is in here, and I think I lose my scout being a dummy. Oh yeah, I almost... Watch this. Oh no, that was close. That would have been disaster. I let those 3 knights in, but I noticed him at the last second and pulled him out of that. Meanwhile, I did end up... Okay, so my monk's coming back with 1 relic, and I'm sending him back. Oh, is this guy gonna make it? Is he gonna make it? Oh, he might open up the gate, and... Oh, man. So he could have held that open with his scout, and these 3 knights could have get in. I got 1 relic in there. Let me switch off this. And stopped. But yeah, you'll see me here drop the relic. I'm like, I should have... Maybe I should have been hiding him, but... Scout's running around. And I'm going to try to convert. I should try to convert. That was dumb. Oh, they could have also let me open that. I must have clicked inside. That was not very smart. Meanwhile, his castle is doing some work on my gate here. I'm chasing down the scout. That should take care of the scout in my base. I go to repair it and lose a vill. No, I think about it, but then realize that the range of this castle actually is 1 line beyond the wall. So go for the second stone gate behind. And while this is going on too, I rush down a monastery, a university, to get fortified wall, because when I see that pressure, I want to have as strong walls as I can. Pull this in because I do not have the army to face off against the +2 knights right now. Still producing my own, but his upgrades are way better, and he has a castle. And you see some petards coming in for Martini as well. And at this point too, you'll notice my idle time has gone way up, but man, that 3 TCs getting that down that early have given me a 20 vil lead. And I'm kind of feeling at this point that I must have a good... Oh, and here come the petards. Here come the petards. 3 petards do not take down a fortified wall. And I heard that explosion in panic and put this house down. And I didn't think I covered it, so I was also trying to put in a wall there. Accidentally send a knight out. This ends up getting locked. I built that in, walled behind it. Was unsure. I think there's a gap there. Yeah, there's a gap between that house and this gate, so he could have gotten through. So I'm glad I put that down. But what I was saying is, with all the pressure he's putting on, I felt like I must have the economy lead. Like with him coming forward, building a castle, getting the score from that, we're about even. That I must. What are you going? I must have clicked her to build like this wall there, and that's the way to it. But Stonewall in behind that house, I'm feeling comfortable economy wise, and he's not breaking in, so I'm just going to build up my Teuton Knights, get my upgrades, and see what I can do. So he ended up getting wheelbarrow, have my economy upgrades here, and now I'm humming with 38 on food. Floating quite a bit here. Also got heavy onto stone to try to get some counter castle, just build a castle in defense. I'm defending here and walling because I have Vils close, and was thinking castle over on this side to protect if he pushes over here. But yeah, I'm in a good spot. I think no, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, and finally decided I should build some monks to hide behind the walls and convert. I had done it earlier for the relics, but never actually fought or tried to convert with them, which got one conversion there. Meanwhile, he's still trying to shoot in, collecting more stone as well forward, and building some obuch petards here. Did he castle at home? Where did I see the obuch? Oh, he must have queued them up accidentally. Going for more petards. So he's going to take another shot at the wall. I should have been more concerned with that. Did I get this conversion? Oh, come on. That felt like it was a while. I should have expected more petards. Thinking here and maybe built a couple crossbow. I don't know if that's even worthwhile getting into. Maybe... Yeah, could be worthwhile. We'll see. Meanwhile, I've taken the military advantage as well. Held on to what's almost a 30 vil lead now at this point, and producing knights, and I'm up to imp. And so I had the resources. Was still not feeling super threatened like he's going to go in. So I was going to imp to try to treb down the castle. And here it comes. So here come the petards, and 3 got through. 3 clean ones. Wonder why the 3 didn't get through the first time. And I'm scared. Go to try to wall in time, but don't make it. And now it is military time. I've got the advantage here, knights. I think I have that extra. I should have an extra +1 melee armor, so 2+2. No, is that just Imperial Age? I thought melee units had it, but must be. Oh, I don't have my second armor upgrade. So he's coming in and raiding me, but my military's looking good. I wall behind. He gets some kills. Since these knights were the most pain in my butt here, I don't even have fletching, so my town centers are doing nothing, barely scraping these guys. Should have pulled these off sooner over here and defended this, but got the wall in behind. And now, now I'm extra scared of those petards again. Still doing that, trying to clear this up. What did he end up getting? So he brought in, what was that, like 12 knights, and only ended up with 4 vil kills. I didn't think about it at the time. I was pretty upset about that, but I was in a good spot. And the vils go to build this wall again. Oh man, do I lose? I must lose these. And I come out, and he's going for another forward castle, but does not have the army to support it at this point. Just lost all his army. These guys are about to die. Um, I clean up the vills and clean up the rest of his army even. And now I'm feeling good. I just stopped the forward. I've got my castle at home in Imperial Age, still pumping out knights. I have 3 stable production. Um, Struggling, not really keeping that going as well as I should. I should be using up the rest of that. But get a right now. I'm more focused on the Treb to clear this forward castle, because if I can get rid of that, then I can take control of clear the pressure off me. And meanwhile, I'm gonna do this. I looked around, saw this mining camp. I think I just lose. Yeah, so now I'm getting my upgrades, getting Cavalier, last armor upgrade, and conscription. Get more knights out quick. Um, and trebbing down the castle. So this is my focus at this point. Building a second Treb. Didn't really need it since he has no support around it, but wasn't sure. And my economy is looking great. So he has his 4 TCs, 3 TCs, but just not doing as much. And I, at this point, yeah, now I've got the stables going, building a second castle in defense, so my whole front should be protected should he come in. And I am readying the assault, prepping up a ton of Cavalier and what I will want to turn into Paladin. At this point, too, I probably... My farm count's 38. I probably should have moved on to more farms, particularly floating 1,000 wood. You'll notice here too, I also started grabbing the more relics because I noticed he didn't do that while he had map control. That's probably something he should have done, is went out and grabbed these relics. Making sure I'm unmuted there, that would have been nice. Don't want to pull a unlimited juice. I've done it more times than he has. So just start attacking the walls here, but notice the pikemen coming in. But I'm still just producing Cavalier. So at this point, I see a large amount of pikemen. And him in Imperial Age. Wow, he is floating so much resources. It's incredible. We'll see what he's able to do, what his plan is here. But I back off because this castle was ranging me here. And I see a lot of pikemen. And meanwhile, I'm also coming forward with vills because I'm like, okay, let's get a siege push. I was running away from the pikemen and then realized I'm running them towards where I'm bringing vills forward. So turned and moved them around. And now this is also the point where Teutons are a little lackluster in their mobility because they don't get the husbandry to give you extra movement speed on your calves. So I'm not outrunning these pike as fast as I could be. And that's what I do. I build some Teutonic Knights because I see a pikeman and realize I can defend pretty well with Teutonic Knights against pikemen. They'll be only doing 1 damage even without my armor upgrades. Once he gets more of them, he'll be good. But he is getting the Schlachta privileges. I do not know if that's how that's pronounced. So he's going to be making knights. That's what I expected, but man, he just missed these. I'm lucky. I'm able to get those down. And now I'm thinking at this point, okay, I'm going to push forward, have my trebs, but I don't really have an answer to the pikemen. I built a few Teutonic Knights, but he should be able to just avoid me pretty well. And now I'm getting more farms down, up to 38 farmers. This will push me over 40. Selling some of that wood. I took advantage of the market. Also healing up with monks. Extra monks I had that were grabbing relics. Grabbed all but 1 over here. Healing up my army. And so, okay, I'm going to fast forward a little bit more here because there's a little uncertainty going. No, uncertainty. A little lull in the action. So I make the decision to go. I clicked Onager. Changed my mind. Instead, Saul, I have enough for Paladin and should just get that Paladin upgrade. And we got a fight come in here. Why do I take this? Probably lost two Paladin for that. Which will be Paladin, the Cavalier at the moment. Probably worthwhile. try to send the Teutonic Knights back, but lost those vills that were collecting stone. They had started long distance mining, but they run away, and now that's going to be my problem. Is I've got my counter unit to his is way slower, um, way slower than him. But he'll have Cavalier, really cheap Cavalier. Man, he could have been producing so much more. Ugh, I think I'd have been in trouble. And now I'm starting my push. I ended up making onagers. I missed me researching that, but my thought being I can try to onager down the pikemen. And then also, he built a little trap in defense here, but these onagers should take care of that real well. And I'm here fighting, just going to try to break in from this side. So I got a castle for a little defense, building onagers to combat the pikemen, and more Teutonic Knights. And so here thinking I should be expecting the cav from him as the Poles player. I hadn't seen it. I should be making pikemen. I should be making helms. Because what you'll see here, I start pushing in. I've got this ball of onagers. Get some pretty juicy hits, but make a severe mistake moving them away from my paladin here, and I'm going to lose quite a bit. Oh, get a good amount of hit on him, but those are so cheap for him. This trade 3. No, okay, so he only got 3 with that push. Meanwhile, my Teutonic Knights are pushing in, but fighting under the castle, which I definitely don't want. And so I move in with my paladin to try to get take out some of these buildings. I've got some pressure. Feeling alright, but now I start seeing Obuk mixed in with Halbs, and so I'm scared with these paladins. But I get SO, so I kind of double down on SO to try to take out the infantry and get some. Man, those actually worked well, but what I should have done, like I mentioned, I should have had pikemen. If I had pikemen back here to defend. Ooh, that had to have killed quite a few of my own here. Oh, the friendly fire was awful there. And I am not trading well with these paladin versus Obuk. I don't believe so. Yeah, I'm losing all of this. He should have pulled those back too, but now I need to rebuild up my paladin numbers. Floating so much wood, a bunch of food. And now I think these are just more stables. Did I really? Yeah, so I just build more stables. Man, I need Halbs mixed in with this. Even against the Obuk, just to have a trash unit in the front line. That would have been super helpful. I thought about skirms since he had infantry units, but I mean, the Obuk would shred him, the Paladin would shred him. Didn't like that. And so now I'm needing to build up army. I was healing up the Paladin inside the castle while I wait. Did I end up getting the last relic yet? No, I haven't. And now I finally make the decision I should have done 20 minutes ago. I don't know if 20 minutes, but a while back, and start adding barracks. And I should have had the Halb sitting around. Like, just Halb defense around. Because he's not going to be able to snipe those Trebs with anything but his Cavalier. And so if I had the Halbs around it, then he couldn't have gotten in there. I'd have still had all of that siege, and now I don't. And so now I'm going to just block this hole so he can't run in and SO down his Treb. And he gets it, but I'd say that trade worked out well for me. And then I start fighting under the Halbs again. They're just pikemen. Yeah, pull back. Yeah, lose a lot more than I needed to there. So, SO, get that shot. Yes. Oh, one there. And now he's going to dive for these two again. I've got all this paladin. So he had 10. Does he run out? Oh, and I realized I had all those paladins still in my castle. And take this fight here because I want to get rid of this Treb. I do not want to lose this castle at this point and defend it well. And now I'm just starting to get the stream. Man. God, I even did that at 48 minutes and it's taken this long just to get the barracks down. And now I'm just finally starting to stream in Halbs. That should have happened a long time ago. I've got these guys sitting in, and he's switching into winged hussars, which works pretty good for me at this moment. I also start mixing in scout cav because that's all I've got. As I've got a ton of food, I should say. I had a ton of food, so I'm like, okay, let's build some trash units. I'm gonna keep the paladin alive and send some scout cav in to raid. Finally getting some eco KD. At this point, too, let me pause the fight so I can look. I have lost a lot of Vil. He ended up taking the Vil lead on me. And my pop's way low. I need to have created more Vils here. So I was completely ignoring my economy at this point. I need to create more Vils, get back up to 120 in a fight like this, because I'm not sustaining my military. The big thing is, if I can stay at 200 pop, I'm in a good spot. I need more production, probably more stables. Maybe I mix in skirms. I still don't feel like skirm would have been good here. Let me know what you guys think. If I should have mixed in skirms on this, or more Teutonic Knights, maybe that would have been it. I was worried of the O-Book. And I completely stopped making Teutonic Knights because I saw O-Book. But yeah, I needed to get my Vil count back up. Idled him a little bit there. But I need my population in general needs to be up. I need to be pop capped. Meanwhile, I start fighting, and I'm finally getting a good stream of Halbs in here. Get siege engineers. I didn't have siege engineers up to that point. That would have helped, though. I think that helps the range of the mangonels even. Siege onagers. I may be mistaken on that. It at least increases their damage output versus building. So, really needed to do that. And he's got some trebs ready. I don't think I saw these, but I gained some control in this area with the Halbs. So I just start like, okay, I'm gonna just start picking down buildings. With that, realized too, I never had gotten chemistry at this point. Start taking some fights in here. This was a good trade for me, I think. Excuse me. Yeah, looking at the losses here, I can spare all these Halbs. The scout's probably doing jack shit in there, so didn't need to worry about that. But I took out quite a bit with that, and I'm building up army behind it. My pop's looking a lot better now. Huge amount of army. Got the scouts ready to run in, and I think I keep taking groups of scouts and just clicking them to the back of the base, like I see gold piles and that. Meanwhile, he had come forward with a treb. I just sent some of these pikes from over here, just grabbed a group I had made and sent them over there. And getting more barracks down. Should have done this so much sooner. I feel like I could have almost gone full pike. He'd have been able to make O-Book, but anyway, at this point, I pulled him back with my scouts in there. Didn't get that many eco kills. He's still ahead of me in that, but fighting in here, taking advantage of the pressure I've got him off with my paladin, and now I see an opening, but not producing military. I see this TC, and with this group of paladin, how many paladin? 34 paladin. I'm like, I'm deleting this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it takes down the whole thing. And so I get this and kill 15, 16 Vils here. But I see these guys coming. I'm chasing with my Halbs. I'll try to get out of here. I'm interested in what I lose here. Okay, get some production going behind it, which I desperately needed. And now I'm really looking low on gold, but when do I move out to get that? I think I get that relic at some point, but I lose some of my paladin, and now I want out of here but he's got all these paladin in the way. So my thought is I'm gonna just do a loop and pull them out of the choke point, and then loop around them. That's my goal. I wonder how many I lose here. See those vills on gold, so I just take a pot shot. I've got 30 at the moment. Get some hits on this TC. Lost one for that greed. And now I'm passing them, which isn't great. But they're not getting a ton of hits. Lose another one. Yeah, so if I make it out of here with losing 3 or 4 even. Yeah, so he backed off. So I only lost 2 in that fight. For that TC, 16 vills and that. And you'll see what else I'm thinking at the same time. Don't think I really needed to do this, but I want a second way into his base. I really almost should have thought about sending one over here, like making a path around into this side, because I don't even know what's over there, so I could assume he has a pop over there. But anyways, his population looking rough. I finally got the Vil lead back just through kills, producing Halbs too, really low on gold, not super low. And I researched chemistry at some point. Oh, and so he's dropping a castle here, and I sit at this. He doesn't really have his army fighting my paladin, and there for a while I was like, can I take it down if I take out a few of the bills building it? But he cleaned up my halbs. If I'd have gotten the rest of this army in here, maybe I could have kept that damage down on it. But that's going to be really low on HP even when it completes. It's about half. Oh, a little more than half. This guy that snuck in gets one shot off on the castle for me, and so now I see this castle. I need to take it out. I'm scared to build trebs. I probably could have. Yeah, at this point, totally could have built trebs. I was so scared to build trebs because he had picked them off that I wanted something different. Yeah, you saw there was one queued up there. I don't know if you noticed, and then I just deleted it. And so I go, okay, bombard cannons have more mobility. And I can attack this infantry with them. So I go for that, and I think I just pull back and wait here. I brought my monks forward to heal up my paladin. Still haven't grabbed this relic. Man, I could have grabbed that way sooner because I got these 2 monks sitting there. I think I go and grab it at some point. But now I'm just like, okay, I will throw halbs at him while I sit up and build bombard cannons, but don't have the gold. Like 3 on gold right now. It's just these guys up here. Maybe could have brought some more up to mine it faster, but I'm holding. He switches into skirm, elite skirm. Doesn't have the last armor upgrade, but that's going to do good work against my pikes. Maybe. Man, that last armor upgrade is not doing as much as I would think. I am able to clean up the skirms, and man, he is struggling right now. I did not realize the actual pressure I had. My plan, I thought, was strong, but he was in a rough spot. And so now, man, my production here too. I need to keep myself up at 200 pop. Realize I have enough for another castle, so go get a little bit more control over this side so I'm not just stuck over here under this castle. Meanwhile, I see the Treb start and that Treb pop out, and that scares me. I'm like, oh, did I just drop a castle right as I'm about to lose control? But was able to pick that out because he does not have the pikeman numbers he should. I still have this gigantic army. This percentage gold units is huge for me right now. I guess my value of my army is still a lot bigger than his, but and now I pop out the bombard cannons. Made the mistake of building that right up against the wood line, and all these guys directly next to each other, so those guys have to go all the way around. But now I've got it. I can take out this Treb, no problem. I'm just on the edge of his castle range. I think there was a point too. I didn't catch it, but did get the upgraded range for Teuton castles. Didn't think about that early in this hold, but would have been super helpful, especially as I'm supporting the Trebs and stuff, to have, I think it's like 3 more range on your castles. Makes it really hard to push them with that range. And now I've got 5 bombards, Probably could have started pushing earlier, but wanted to be sure I have enough to take down the castle before I do it. And now I'm in a good spot. Um, Still floating. Okay, I've queued up the halves, and with the number of barracks I have, that's gonna be awesome. Still got the paladins back here protecting them, and so now my goal, I'm thinking, is just protect the bombard cannons. Have some horrible shots here. Do I get a shot into this group? Fire! 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 What are you doing? Oh my god, there's so many enemy units. Oh man, I could have supported that army. Wait, but I've got him in the choke, and I've got the area of effect damage. Really mistake for that. Push over towards the Trebs though, and this 6 bombards should one-shot it. He meanwhile starts taking some pot shots at them. They're down to 5. Oh, still 6 of them. 5 of them. I can't count. Clear that up, and now I am in a good spot. Saved this castle. Had to buy a little stone to keep repairing it, but not a problem. Full paladin cut, and he starts bringing in some more. Man, he still has all this gold. Why is he not making cavaliers still? Cavalier or Obook? I think he probably should have just kept making Obook. But at the point he had 3 castles, 4 castles, because he has that forward one. So not forward, just on the front of his base. Meanwhile, I'm in a good spot here, feeling good. I'm just spamming the halves, and he calls a GG. And so that felt like a good game to me, but I think I made my big mistakes were not switching into halves sooner, knowing that's his power unit. I was so afraid of the O-Book that I was hesitant, and maybe I probably should have switched into him sooner, but I still don't know what I do against Obook as a Teuton player. My strong units rely on their melee armor, and his strong unit removes melee armor. Maybe they would have held up fine because they had, maybe a Teutonic Knight would have held up okay because it would have taken so long to shred all of his armor, but he also would have had the mobility advantage against me then too. But I could have pushed. I could have held the fight since I had the pressure. Maybe that's it. Teutonic Knight and bombard cannons should have been my late game play. Keep the paladin around. My goal was to just keep him alive as a threat and keep healing him up in the armor, in the castles. And that even too, once you fully heal the units, they gain all that armor back that the Obook removed. So I could have kept monks around and healed in the castles, because Teutons have like increased range on monk healing. And you'll notice too, at some point I did get the relic and brought that back. So 5 relics was good. All right, let's head to the statistics and see what that looks like. And so here you'll see when he comes in Castle Age and Castle drops me, I am just winning that population war. And I think at this point I probably max pop, maybe not. But ends up even, and then once I get a foothold there in the front, I'm slowly whittling away at him. He's taken some shots into me. I took some major losses, but kept my production up way more than him. Military-wise, KD, just a little above 1, quite a lot of buildings. Got my 1 conversion. Probably should have focused on a little more of that. That could have helped. I'm just so bad with him. Relic gold was huge. How much did that play into the fact? Huge for my gold. In considering he has poles too and got additional gold off of his stone piles, that helped quite a bit. I'd have been in trouble if I didn't have that 5,000 extra gold. That's a lot of those paladin and my bombard cannon. Sorry, and technology beat him up the whole time. He was later to castle, obviously, because he was going for that castle drop. Had more on stone. My imp time got me my base back here. Even at the time when I had such an advantage there. And then society, villager max was up there. Total made. He invested into more of them, but nothing too crazy here. Split on the castles, but it's a good game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know you guys' thoughts. Send me a text if you got any thoughts on this. Maybe raiding over here would have been a good idea. I don't know if I saw that castle. Yeah, because I'm just pushing from one side. Maybe that should have been something I was doing. Raiding, sending some cavalier over there, that paladin or something. So, but anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the game. Catch you next time.